Nelson know me better. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Dietra, and I want to inform you of a serious crisis that has affected our Earth. And we're part of that. And I'm going to tell you about it, and I'm going to tell you what we can do to help stop it. My subject today is global warming. A lot of you have heard about global warming. Yeah, we hear about it all the time. And global warming is true. And it's a true effect that's a part of our Earth. And what global warming is the average temperature of our Earth is rising. And each year it's rising, and it's rising to dangerous amounts. And because of global warming is causing the extinction of some of our animals, the decline in our beautiful Arctic and the Greenland area and the Antarctic, where it's beautiful snow. It is, and I'll show you later how it's dissipating, and what is causing that to happen as those melts are happening, as the temperatures are increasing. It's causing melts to happen, and those water melts are increasing the water level of our oceans and our seas. And what has happened, and even how we've seen the Hurricane Christina, and how we've seen those surge and increase in hurricanes and tornadoes, they've been because of global warming. Also, we've noticed that all kind of viruses, and that's because of global warming too. Because of the temperatures rising, cold kills germs. Cold kills viruses, and because of our temperatures rising, it has caused the life of and the existing of insects and viruses to increase. And we're going to talk about that today. Why did I choose global warming? You know, I love 70 and 80 degree temperatures, but like we had yesterday, but truly the temperature we're having today, like 40s, that's the average temperature it should be. And I need to back up a little bit, because global warming is caused by the greenhouse effect. Y'all have heard of the greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect is, and this is an example of, the gases that are released in our community, in our atmosphere, and the biggest portion of gases that are released is carbon monoxide, and it's carbon monoxide too because of a great concentration is being released daily into our atmosphere. It's causing the temperatures to increase, and because of carbon monoxide, we know in the natural is what we need. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon monoxide. The plants use it, and you know, it's what we need, and it's part of the life cycle. However, because the high concentration is causing, it's just like if you took a blanket and it gets too hot and it has no way to escape. Even that's what's happening with global warming to our Earth and to our atmosphere. It's getting too hot where it can't breathe, in a sense. And what happens is it causes the ice and the glaciers in the Arctic to melt, and because they're melting, and you'll see this was what it used to be like 20 years ago. You'll see, but now if you look in some areas, you see the big difference in that, and that's because of global warming, and that's making a big. And this water is melting, and see how this once was an ice. And it was glaciers, and also what is hurting is the polar bears and the penguins. They get caught on these as they break out, as they break off, and they're drowning. And it's a serious issue of global warming. Our own former Vice President Al Gore he wrote this book, and he concerning the crisis of global warming. It's an inconvenient truth, but it's a truth that's facing that faces our globe, not just the United States, but it affects our world, because and the United States unfortunately is one of the leading in the contribution to global warming, and we shouldn't, and we have a personal responsibility to help. And how can we? How can we help to stop global warming? Global warming, we can stop ourselves by as simple as using fluorescent light bulbs instead of the regular light bulbs, because the regular light bulbs get off so much heat. We can even as simple as, have y'all seen the new bags that they have in the grocery stores with their canvas bags? They recommend that we not use even the plastic or the paper, but the canvas bags. And we can clean up. We can clean up after ourselves, not litter our earth. And those are some things that we can do to help stop global warming. So you have any questions?
I have a question. I noticed in the movie industry that they're now producing a lot of films that's dealing with penguins. And is that a way of educating,
yes,
us about global warming?
Yes, that's a good question. Yes, and that is the purpose, to make it aware, make us aware, because we're visual people. We'll act if we see it. And the bringing up the visualization of penguins and polar bears. Yes, so yes, that does. Any other questions?
Is there a certain time frame that they have given us to where we'll really be in danger of it getting even worse?
That's great. That's a great question. The target is looking at by 2050 that really our Earth will be in such danger. But even as close as 2010 and 2011, if we continue at the rate that we are. So that's why we have to take an active role in preventing global warming. Any other comments or questions?
My only comment would be, and this kind of a question too, what could we do to help stamp out the problem?
Okay.
To help people change their carbon footprint, make them more aware of what they're doing.
That's great. And it's education.
Right.
It's like what us getting together today is we're friends, and we can educate and have our children. And we definitely need to give it off to the next generation, because the next generation who are going to be really affected by it. So yes, that's a great comment, and your questions were great, because we need to be aware that this is a serious crisis. It's not just something that's happening to our country or to our earth, but it's something that's really affecting our earth seriously. All right? Thank you.